Ted Lasso. A new episode. It's three actually, and we're beginning to see together value. I mean, why is this the best comedy series of this year? And then I think the last two at the Emmys, probably reports by chronicles by journalists. So there will be a few things. One, there is, I don't know if agreement, confirmation, but there is a different idea on what it takes to be a coach in the Premier League at the top in soccer. Let's call it that, even if we call it football here. But it's very different from the American football, of course. So I've been thinking for a long time that the coaches, the trainers they have, never mind the players, the footballers, are not what they should be. I mean, given the billions of dollars that are circulated around the game, with televising rights and transfer fees and so on, and the salaries, it's incredible, and at the same time, it's very wrong. My view, what will the impact be of what I say? Nothing, except for a few unlikes. Me being called wanker, just like Ted Lasso. In the beginning, I guess you will move from that by the fans and people around the team he's coaching. So I've been thinking for a long time that this is wrong, that they should change, they should have different people in charge. Because, okay, we have the players, they kick the ball, and you have Messi, you have, they should be playing there because they have the talent with the foot, the head, and they see things. But how about off the pitch? Shouldn't they get in with this kind of money, with the best mathematicians, with the best astrophysicists? These salaries, clearly you have people in many places. Well, the top will be in universities and will get salaries which are respectable, some hundreds of thousands of dollars a year at the top universities, Harvard and so on. But nevertheless, there will still be more who will look to get the top coach gets now. Who knows, 10 million, 20 million for the guy from Atletico Madrid. He was a top one, the number one highest paid. And I don't see him as seeing the connections, the lines, the movements of the ball, the new strategies as a couple of or team collective mathematicians, physicians, astrophysicists, and whatnot. So that was my view. Now, Ted Lasso is no mathematician, but he does come with some new ideas. And I was thinking two concepts. One, the Pygmalion effect. And then another is Socrates' approach to coaching. The latter, Socrates, that what side of Socrates I could see in those first episodes is simple to explain, just present. Socrates at one point was declared the wisest man of ancient times, and by the oracle of Delphi. And he thought, well, why would that be? And he thought about it, looked around, and he noticed that, to put it briefly, a few words, people claim to know what they don't know. They know everything about training horses, about football. You have coaches that explain we have to be aggressive, and they get 10 million without much behind it. and I look at them and I also dislike that they spit all the time. They don't even have a decent behavior. Um, they're not models to follow in that way. Well, there'll be some nice cloth from Liverpool. Anyway, so Socrates realized, okay, I don't pretend I know what I don't know. In fact, he often said, I know that I know nothing. He was aware of his ignorance, of his limitations, whereas all over the place, then now, people claim to know what they don't know. Stolen elections, Trump, 70 million cult members, just fools. Anyway, so there's that. And then to conclude, for the time being, we'll see what other surprises this week brings. The Pygmalion effect. I mean, with the Socrates, he I don't know. Do you know how? Well, he didn't know there's a draw. Taken to an extreme, this could be funny or it can be irritating because it's absurd to get someone. Well, it's true. The owner has the plan to crush the team for the time being for these episodes. She will change her mind clearly to have 2 series. What is it? 20 episodes so far. So there's that. The fact that he doesn't boast. And then in terms of the Pygmalion effect, he doesn't care about winning or losing. Again, that's absurd in the world today to have a coach like that, unless you want a team to crash. But he wants them to be the best they can be, something like that. And with that, the Pygmalion effect, which is so effective, they study this in schools in. I think they did a lot of research on the west coast in California, the western coast of America, and they went into schools and said, look, we have a new method for the IQ, and we identified Tom, Mary, and Harry, and they will do very well. And we'll come back in a few months and we'll analyze the effects. But you don't have to do anything. Don't give them extra hours. Don't just carry on as you are. Okay, and in a few months' time, when they came back, it was true. The predictions proved correct. Those 3 selected performed very, very well, unexpectedly. And so it was in different communities, different classes. But the spiel, the catch is, those 3 were not selected. There is no different IQ identifying technique that they came up with. And the 3 were selected because they were average. And their performance was due to the trust, the belief. When they were told this, the professors believed in those 3 students, pupils, and that's what brought them up, pulled them. So, in other words, the Pygmalion effect is showing the power of belief in students when we're talking teachers, believe in teachers when we're talking students, because they went in other places where students were told this professor will in the next months you will see he, she, they will perform magically, and then in workplaces and so on, managers, workers. So it has a wonderful power, and I guess we'll see that. We're starting to see that in Ted Lasso.